any one of the most important things that you learned in life that was not taught by a teacher? Actually, most of the important things we learn in life are outside of school, right? So, anyways, one of those things.
I think the most important lesson that I would say right now is that you've got to own your decisions. And Sunny, making the correct decisions, you've got to take accountability of the decisions that you take. So that might come from impulse, that might come from planning. हुन्छ नि तर आफ्नो चाहिँ पर्दो रहेछ आफूले चाहेको डिसिजन लिनलाई र ओन अप गर्नु पर्दो रहेछ र त्यो ओन अप गर्न चाहिँ इट क्यान कम फ्रम अ प्लेस अफ ह्युमिलिटी इट डजन्ट ह्याभ टु कम फ्रम अ प्लेस अफ एरोगेन्स एन्ड अ प्लेस अफ रिबेलियन यु नो being quietly confident and developing your inner values to make the decisions in life, that I think is very, very important. आफैले एकदमै ढुक्क परेको ढक्क परेको आफ्नो डिसिजन्सहरु चाहिँ लिनु पर्दो रहेछ लाइफमा धेरै डराएर बस्नु हुँदैन.
So, since you said that you have your own business, Makuse, right? So, how much did this help you, like taking accountability of your own decision? This was maybe important, right? Because this is something that no one has done. I never thought like Pushtakari, Good Pack would come up like this. So what was the story behind it? What was the thought processes that you had when you started a business? And so could you tell us that?
I think I got more comfortable with decision making with things such as Makuse because I was also very scared of making decisions, and that fear came from the fear of failure. जस्तो लाग्छ हुन्छ नि मैले सुरुमा पनि भने that making the right decisions are very romanticized. Like good people make right decisions भन्ने खालको एउटा black and white thought भएपछि चाहिँ you are so scared to make the wrong decision, something that does not result in immediate success, that you sort of try to play safe. You try to play safe because it can't go wrong that way, or you take decisions that are influenced by others because then that's not your decision, right? You don't have to take responsibility by Nikhali. But then decisions such as Makuse Gornu, it perhaps was leading from that life learning that we talked about making decisions and taking accountability for your decision, because I know that I have decided to do this business and having complete faith that we will make it work. And then being okay if it doesn't go the way that we imagine it to be as well, because this is my learning. This is our learning, Banera. So the whole process was perhaps a reflection of all the self-learning and the self-finding, the self-excavation that has happened 2 years in the past about what is it that I want to do, what kind of life do I want to live. After personal reflection, I felt like working with something made in Nepal, making good use of the whole Nepali identity line that happened with Miss Nepal and with Miss Nepal World. So that Nepali identity, wanting to do something in Nepal, wanting to work within a community and not just make the rich richer, not that there is anything wrong with it, but that would be debatable. So working closely with dairy farmers and making that happen, having that element of authenticity, but then having that risk element as well of something innovative and new. And overall, just everyday problem solving, loving to problem solve. All those elements which are important to me sort of culminated very well in this business. And this was not something, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would not have been able to say even a single thing that's in my life right now. So त्यो फ्लोमा जान दिन पनि allow गर्नुपर्ने रहेछ भन्छ नि, have that vision, that direction of the kind of life that you want to have lived, but then let it flow as well. So that balance between having the end picture in mind versus going with the flow, which we sometimes think are very aar-parko कुरा हैन. You can either be very goal oriented or you can be a go with the flow person जस्तो लाग्छ नि हामीलाई. But when you have that goal in mind and then go in the flow in that direction, that can be a perfect way to navigate life जस्तो लाग्छ.